Hi everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is actually my first video, and today we're going to be covering how to cycle to work. The reason I made this video is because I wanted to encourage others to improve their physical fitness and mental well-being, and not only this, but also help people save money by cycling instead of paying for public transport. So that's the purpose of this channel, to share with the people of the internet how I achieved my knowledge so that we can all learn collectively and hopefully help each other out. Stage 1. Why cycle to work? There are many different reasons. First of all is the physical fitness. Cycling is really great cardio, but not only this, it's also brilliant for my mental health. This is because I get to spend some time before work in the outdoors enjoying the weather instead of being cooped up in a box if I was to take the underground. The feeling of starting your day with a sense of accomplishment of cycling to work and having saved money and gotten a bit of exercise is really brilliant, and it's something that I recommend that everyone tries. Not only this, but it's also great for being able to improve your financial situation, as you'll be able to gradually save money every single day that you cycle. And we'll get more into that as we come on later in the video. So for me, it's been an absolute game changer, and I've really enjoyed this, and that is what inspired me to make this video.
Make a U-turn, then turn right.
Stage 2. What will you need to cycle? First of all, of course, you'll need a bike. Aside from this, you'll need some clothes, a helmet, some oil for your bike, and a pump to pump up your tires. I also recommend having a very sturdy chain or lock so that when you park your bike, you know that it's going to be secure. Not only this, but lights in winter are absolutely essential. In addition to this, there are some optional extras, such as this brilliant bike bag that I've got. The reason I like this bag so much is because not only can I attach it to my bike, but it can also convert itself into a backpack once you actually arrive at your destination. So you can take it off of the bike rack, and then you can use it as a regular backpack for your daily activities, and then convert it back to a bike rack when you're ready to cycle home. I also really think that a phone holder is super useful, because this way you can see directions if you're going to somewhere new and you need to use Google Maps. Not only this, but there's also a few other extras such as a bike stand. This will help you if you need to park your bike for a few minutes, say if you're going into a shop, or if you need to take a break and you want to have a rest in a park or something like that. In addition, especially when cycling in winter, waterproofs and a high visibility jacket are definitely a must. Safety is extremely important when cycling because you are on live roads, so this is something that most definitely needs to be taken into consideration. Stage 3. How to cycle. Right, now that you've got the equipment and you know the benefits of cycling, how do you actually cycle to work? That's a brilliant question, and the most important thing for you to consider is using bike lanes. Over the last 5 to 10 years, London has really focused on trying to make cycling its primary form of transport. If you go to Google Maps and you check the time it takes to go between two different areas of London, it is more likely to be quicker on a bike than it is in a car. Make sure you avoid busy roads by taking side routes that are often meant for cyclists. TfL has a few maps which are meant for cyclists, so you can use cycle superhighways, and they're marked with typical road markings, as you can see in this video here. Also, London is full of parks. Make sure to take advantage of this, as cycling through parks can often offer some temporary rest from busy traffic roads and allow you to catch your breath or even take a short break. There's nothing wrong with taking a break, as this will improve your concentration on the roads, and then you'll be able to go back out on the roads refreshed, and then you'll be able to have a much safer journey as a result of this. If you do get tired, definitely make sure to take a break on a bench or in an area that you know that you can stop safely. Your work will likely provide some cycle storage and a place to have a shower and change your clothes if needed. I find it really useful to record my journey on Strava, and then from this I can find an easier route that I can take home the next day that I cycle. This is really useful, as you'll be able to reduce your journey time and also find quieter routes, which, as a result of lesser traffic on the road, minimize the risk of collision. Not only this, but I also recommend to wear your helmet at all times, because safety is really important, and you want to make sure that this is a safe form of transport. Make sure to check your brakes before setting off, as the last thing that you want to happen is have your brakes fail while you're on a busy road. I also recommend to tie your shoelaces up tightly, as you don't want them to get caught in the chain. This is something that's happened to me in the past and can lead to very unfortunate situations. When I first started cycling, I left my home early to make sure that the roads were a lot less busy. This was while I was still building my confidence as a cyclist, and not only this, but it will also minimize my risk of collision with fewer cars on the road. This is a really useful way of helping build up your confidence while also still cycling in a safer way. Not that cycling in road traffic can be unsafe, but it does mean that there are more issues or hazards that you might need to look out for when cycling. Step 4. Results. I started cycling to work just over a year ago, and I've noticed a really significant increase in my fitness as a result of this. I feel much more positive, and I've also been able to cycle further and cycle a lot faster in this year that I've been cycling. I do recommend to start during the summer months, as this is when it's the easiest, and when cycling in winter, the dark can be a little bit more dangerous if you don't have the correct lights and high visibility clothing. I've read that people often underestimate what they can achieve in a year from small actions. So, to help illustrate the point that you can save a lot of money this way, I've created this simple Excel calculation. So, commuting from zones 1 to 2 every working day can cost you upwards of £1,820 if you travel at peak time. If you cycle once per week, you can actually save £364 in a year. And if you up that to twice per week, you can save up to £728. And if you were to cycle every single working day, then you could save over £1,800. I completed this calculation again for zones 1 to 4, and it turns out that you can save almost £2,400 per year. This is just one simple way that you can save money, and then you can put this money towards a holiday or an investment such as a side business. Please note that this was just an example calculation for illustrative purposes. If your commuting charge is slightly different, feel free to repeat this calculation for your individual cost. And there we go. That is how to cycle to work. I really hope that you were able to learn something and that you found this video useful, because that is the goal of this channel, to try to help others. If you did enjoy, please do give the video a like and consider subscribing for more videos in the future. Thanks very much for watching.